everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm What's His Name at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at JWonder on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian. What?
Shannon Dark again. That's all.
Oh. Thanks, Joey. And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum, also known as What's Her Face. We don't really care. We care more about Shannon's lighting situation, which is very important.
Yeah, hi everyone. We're working on gardening again. I hope that's what you want us to work on because it's what's happening. So for those who haven't been here, we've been working on this gardening game for a few weeks now. And it's just one we pop into every once in a while, and then we're going to keep working on until everyone tells me to stop.
It's not going to happen, I feel like.
So yesterday we also worked on this, and we made it so that our gardening game has now 3 types of seeds. We have 3 types of seeds, and they all do different stuff. So we have a self-spreading seed, one that plants itself in nearby soil, if it can. We have a jovial seed, which says hello to you. It's just a nice guy. And we have a sprinkler seed that waters the plants around it. And let's real quick go over the parts of the code that we added yesterday. Not all of it, but just the important variables, I think, because we're going to be using those today. And I think it'll be a good refresher. So the important things are we've defined these 2 mega arrays. We have this grow list, which has all of the images for our plants. And we have this behavior list, which is what controls the behaviors of each of these fully grown plants. So right now, the only thing in these behavior lists is the plants in their fully grown stage. And each of these just corresponds to some behavior. So for example, this top one is the self-spreading plant. And if we go to the next day code, so let's see, not there. Where did I put that? Oh, wait, this is it. Yeah, okay. So we get all locations for the behavior of 1. So all of the fully grown tiles that have the self-spreading behavior, because that's behavior number 1. We get a list of the surrounding tiles, and then we plant them if we can. So we're going to be making new plants this time around. We're going to be crossbreeding them. And the idea is that when we make a new plant image, we can just add it to this array. And when we do that, we'll now have plants that can do both things. Before we do that, though, we have some bugs to fix in this game. One bug is a really long-lasting one. Let me show it real quick, actually. If I go over here, got this old man who tries to sell me seeds. If I go back, well, now he lives here, which is kind of a pain, and it's been really annoying. We've just kind of been ignoring it. So let's go ahead and deal with that right now. So inside of this onTilemap loaded, we're going to go into logic, put in an if, and we're going to see if that shopkeeper exists. Should be around here somewhere. Huh, what did I name this guy? Start shopkeeper talking. Shopkeeper. Oh, but I'm calling this function somewhere. It's an on-game update. Probably. Array of sprites of kind shopkeeper. Oh, all right. That works. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we have an array of sprites of kind shopkeeper, and the length is greater than 0. And if it is, we're going to destroy all of them. So let's do that real quick. Got to get a length. Oh, Shannon thought I was going for the array of all sprites block.
I did think you were going in there for the array of sprites.
All right. So if this length is greater than 0, we're just going to destroy all of them. And the tilemaps has a handy extension for doing that. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to do this check, I'm realizing now. Because I can just go into tilemaps, and the block that destroys all sprites of kind can take in, that'll handle it. The one thing we do want to check, though, is we want to check to make sure that we are in our farm. So I'm going to be copying this check right here. And there we go. So if our tile map equals the farm map, we will destroy all sprites of kind shopkeeper. Okay, there's one other thing that we need to do, which is, so this time passing. There's actually something we need to do when time passing is true. And this was something I found yesterday after stream. But if we go to where we open and close our inventory, which is inside of this on menu button pressed, you'll see that when we set time passing to be true, we also have to set last time to be 0. And I didn't do that before. So I just need to copy this block and put it over here. And that should fix the other bug. The other bug was happening was if I went over there and I was in the shop world for a while and then I came back over, it would immediately go to the next day. Because the last time wasn't changing. All right, cool. And now there is one final thing, which is inside of our on menu button pressed, we are set time passing to be true when we close our inventory. We should only be doing that if we are in the farm. So I'm going to move this in here. Instead of this tile map, I'm going to go into the tile maps extension and get the current tile map, which is right here. Get rid of this destroy all, and then just put this stuff in here. There we go. All right. Bugs fixed.
Yay.
Okay. So, now that we've got that going, let's go ahead and go to the main event, so to speak, which is going to be crossbreeding these plants. And I was thinking yesterday, what's the best way to test this day and night stuff? Because, right now, it's really kind of annoying to test things. Because I've got these, 15-second days, I think, and it's just constantly happening, and I don't have any control over it, and it's really annoying. So I was trying to think of some way where I could make this work better. And I came up with something, and we're going to add that real quick. We're going to add in a fake tool, a special tool that only we have. Right here. And we'll remove this when we actually ship the game. But it's going to be... I don't know. What should it be? It's going to make the next day happen. Okay, I like that. Whoops, don't want the circle tool for this, actually.
I like this pillow.
There we go. That's all I'm doing. It's the pillow. Oh no, I did the thing I keep doing, which is I edited the asset that was already here. It's okay. I can just do this, get a new image block. I did this twice yesterday. And there we go. Now we got our pillow. All right, so we're going to set this to be pillow. And we're going to go into our, let's see, use tool function. Let me do a Daryl. And inside of our use tool function, we're going to see that if our tool to use name equals pillow, then we need to make it go to the next day. But how do we do that? Well, I think the easiest way to do that is going to be we're going to use that same variable we were using before, last time.
Nice.
And we're going to set it to 1 instead of 0, which should make it seem like a long time has passed, and it should go to the next day. So yeah, let's try that out.
Oh no, our farm. It's decrepit. No! Oh
Ah! No. Yeah. All right. Well, it works. So, cool. We got a pillow now. And I can go into our on start, and I'm going to make it so that our day is much longer. Where are you on start? Oh, here you are. Okay, we have a variable here somewhere. Yeah, right. So real world time for a day, this is in milliseconds. So I'm going to put it up to a long time, like 5 minutes. Setting it to 0 is not good for the game, you can see.
Feels like, you know, the older you get, the less time it feels like you have.
Yeah. So 5 minutes is 300 seconds, so I'm going to set to 300,000 milliseconds. Oh. Oh, okay, wait. I thought of a better way to do this tool thing. I just assumed that it was going to be such a high number that this would work, but this will mean that it has to be at least 5 minutes for this to pass the day, now that our day is so long. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to tweak this code slightly. We're going to change the current time instead of the last time, which is, in retrospect, a much more understandable way to do this. And set it to the, I think we have a function for doing this conversion. Oh no, we want to do it the opposite way. Well, anyway, this should work fine too.
Nice.
Yay. Okay. All right. So, time to do some crossbreeding. And yeah, what do you guys think we should do for the crossbreeding? So we want to make it so that if I do we want to make it just so that if you like have one plant here and then one plant here, like this will be, you know, like do they just need to be close to each other and then they'll crossbreed, or like is it something you should do purposefully?
I think close to each other. You can't control the bees. Right? Isn't that how it works? The bees? I don't know.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're, like,
I'm sure bees are involved.
They're eating the seeds, digesting it.
Okay. So we'll just plant them close to each other, but what if there's nowhere around for them to replant themselves?
What do you
That's...
mean replant?
Okay, so if they're close to each other, should like seeds appear that you can come and pick up?
Oh.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I think it should, maybe they grow themselves. Maybe you can use your shovel to like pick up the plant and then replant
So like
it.
they change into things if they're next to each other?
Well, so what'll either need to happen is one of your plants will have to eliminate itself and turn into this child plant. Or, you know, if I you know, have all of these filled in, then if I have two plants in these middle sections, they cannot breed because there's no way for them to plant themselves.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a common real life gardening thing. You got to make sure you thin out your plants so they have space to grow. No?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of, I'm worried that people won't like discover it accidentally, you know?
Because you won't have like extra hoed spaces.
Yeah.
It could also drop seeds.
Yeah, so I think the way I think either dropping seeds or having them, one of them get replaced with the other is the way to do it. But, yeah, all right, let's do dropping seeds because I have an idea of how that would work. Okay, so now we're getting into kind of some tough territory where some tough decisions need to be made. It's tough. So we have these arrays of plant images. All these images need to be unique. How do we make images for the new plant? Shannon, go. Procedural generation guru.
Sorry, I was reading a thing in chat. What is the question?
So we need to generate new images for our plants.
You could do like a top-bottom mashup, maybe? Top, bottom, left, right. Or colors. You could do some color swapping, like color shape.
Okay. So what Shannon's suggesting is that we could either like maybe take a chunk out of this guy and combine it with a chunk out of this guy. Or we could just, swap the colors around. Both would work. I think the problem with the swapping colors around is that we might run into a situation where there are no more colors for us to swap to,
What do you mean?
So we would generate a new one, but we need to make sure that the one we generate is like unique.
What, unique for that combination or unique for always?
Unique for all of them.
We'd have to set a specific color for each flower, right? So we could have there's a max number of flowers you could do.
Yeah, something like that.
It would be like this flower with the same flower shape with a different color. So there would be like, I guess 16, but I feel like we're not going to run up against that limit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm worried we're going to hit the tile limit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe we could change like the head of the flower, and so we could have a small image that's like a 6x6 or 8x8 that's like the head of a flower, and then paste it on top of the original flower's image. I don't know if that's good.
Yeah, we could do something like that for sure.
So it's kind of like a stamp that just we set like a location and the image, and that's where the other one gets pasted on top in the new one.
We could do like 3 stamps and do something that's just like a generic stem. And then just like stamp, 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 stamp. Okay. Yeah, well, let's go with that, I guess. I'm still worried we're going to hit the tile limit.
What is the tile limit?
255 tiles is the max number you can have in a tile set. So if we look right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, just regular tiles. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plant tiles times 2 for the watered versions. So that's 22 plus 23. We're up at 55. So if we also have to do, every time we create a new one, we're creating 6 new tiles, right? Because we have the 3 new tiles for the plant and the watered version of that plant.
Maybe we do need to switch it to just being sprites and not tiles. I feel like that's a future problem.
Yeah, I don't want to do that though,
Yeah.
Is it possible to set... Is there like a set tile at block? And does it have to be like a tile, or could it also be an image? That's 16 by 16.
It can be an image, but it'll add it to the tile set. There's a hard limit of 255.
I mean, do we need
the cover thing doesn't exist.
Sorry, Joy?
The cover sprites thing doesn't exist anymore, right?
It still exists.
No.
Yeah, but they're sprites, right? Wouldn't that be defeating the point of not having sprites?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I guess so.
Is there a way to indicate that it's a special plant without like if we put an effect on it or something? Or like...
Could do that. Yeah.
Oh, maybe for the special plants, they don't have like all the growing stages. They have like the same growing stages for the hybrid, and then the final one is the new special one.
We need to keep track somewhere of what these special plants are, though.
Oh, that's
which we could do. We could do it with like an image, right? That's the size of our tile map.
I love using images as information. Big fan.
So we could use an image, and we could set a pixel at each location in the tile map that is a special plant, and then we'll keep track of it that way, you know. And then we can use the render function to draw the special plants, which will be more efficient than the using sprites. All right, we call this the advanced stream for a reason, guys.
Earning our name today.
Yeah. We've already got so many blocks, it takes a while to load this game. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is we're not going to do any special image combining stuff right now, at least. Instead, we're going to be using a new variable to track our special plants. So let's go into here. We're going to go into onStart, and we're going to create an empty image. So let's go ahead and create an empty image. This one right here. Going to make variables, and it's going to be called special information. And we're going to set this special information thing to be the same size as our tile map. So if we go into tile map, there is this handy total tile map rows, total tile map columns. We can use that. All right. So that needs to exist, and now we can get into the actual, like, you know. Oh, whoa. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Go away. Now we can get into the actual, like, crossbreeding stuff. So we're going to need to change our random seed function to add a new, or rather, we need to change our grow list maybe to add a new type of plant. And we need to add that plant to both of these behavior lists. Is that right? Maybe we need to change this behavior list now, huh?
What is special information gonna... It's just gonna be like binary, like this one has a special plant, not special plant, or...
Yeah. I think that's the plan.
And then when it's like the full plant, then it decides what kind of special plant it is based on what's nearby?
Well, so what we'll do is we'll have this behavior list, right? And that's going to point to all the special plants. And the idea is that by using the tile map, the grow list, and the special information, we'll be able to see if it's in this behavior list and if it should have that behavior. Does that make sense?
I see. Probably. Yeah, I trust you.
So the special information... Oh, sorry.
No, Shannon, you go.
So the special information will need to hold which its parents are, right? Because we're doing the seeds thing. Like which two it's inheriting from.
You might be right.
Maybe you should do something like a class list instead, like just string list of these are the abilities of this given plant.
What do you mean by that exactly?
So just attach, like, as sprite data, attach the abilities of the plant, like whatever special effects it has, instead of fetching it from based off of the image. A little bit more for default plants, but at least we don't have to deal with searching through the array all the time and checking what abilities each one has.
Okay.
And you can name them.
Yep, I think that's probably the better way to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another extension real quick, which is going to be our
block object.
Yeah, and then can we? We've gotten a request from chat to pause, which I think might mean just can we like explain from the start the problem we're solving and the thing we're going to do to solve it.
Yes. Okay. So we want the ability to combine plants. So for example, we right now have a plant that can spread itself around, and we have a plant that can say hello. We want these to both grow next to each other and then produce a new seed that can say hello and spread itself around. So it has both behaviors. So we need some way to keep track of what plants have what behaviors. So before, how we've been doing that is we've just been using the tile that's in our tile map. So for example, the self-spreading plant ends in this tile. And so we were saying, okay, we'll make this thing and it'll have an array of all things that have this behavior, and it'll have an image right here. And that's how we're going to keep track of it. The problem with that, though, is that we run into an issue where we will run out of tiles eventually, because in tile maps, we can only have up to 255 tiles. And this will mean that we'll end up creating a lot of different tiles, and it's going to eventually run out. Eventually, we'll have more than 255. 255 sounds like a really high number, but we're like already up to 50. And once we start doing all of the different combinations, it's going to get really, really big. So the way that we're going to solve this is, instead of doing this thing where we have this array down here and we have an array down here, we're instead going to store basically an array of all of the sprites that represent kind of like the plant data. And that plant data is going to have all of the information on it. And instead of having just an array that we can check the behavior in, we're instead just going to be storing like a list of the properties that they have, and we'll change our other code to read that property instead. So one property might be like can spread itself. Another one might be like says hi. Another one might be waters plants around it. We'll just check it that way. Does that make sense? I can't see the chat, so let me know if there's any more questions.
It makes sense to me. I was not picking up things before, but now I'm like holding all the things. I get it. And cool. Chat has no opinion.
All right. So, sorry, we probably should have talked about this beforehand. I guess I didn't really think about it and how complicated this problem was going to be. But now we can, start doing things. We'll write some code. We're going to break a lot of stuff, and hopefully it'll work out. So, first of all, let's break some stuff. I'm going to get rid of these two and kind of combine them into one. So to do this, I'm going to create a... should I store sprites or just block objects? I can do it all with block objects, I guess. There's no real reason to do sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be creating each of these plants. And to do that, this will be fun. We're going to probably do this in a function so that we're not crowding up our onStart. All right. We're going to make a variable which is going to be called current plant info. And we're going to start storing that. So this block object thing, we've always just kind of used it as sprite data, but it's actually a bit more useful than that. And that's what we're going to be using it for right now. So instead of storing it on a sprite, I can actually just do this. Set this current plant info to be this create empty object. And now I'm going to use this current plant info variable to add all of the properties that we need. So for that, we're going to be doing a image array property. So let me go ahead and set this image array. I'm going to change this to be current plant info. I'm going to change this to be grow tiles. And we're going to set it to be equal to this. All right. Next, we want to set it to, we want to also store its name. So we're going to go into string and get a string property. And we're going to set our current plant info.
You passed it.
Of course I did. Thank you, Vivian.
I got your back.
Name. And this is going to be self spreading. Then we're going to make another thing, and it's going to be a string array.
You're looking for current plant info?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I was like, wow, what a fancy way to spell behaviors, Richard. Come on.
Yeah. And we're just going to give it a name for this behavior, so spread. And then we're just going to add it to our array. And now we're officially getting into the part where the code is going to be broken for a while until I've refactored everything. So get ready to stop seeing the simulator.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Put on your hat.
Put on your
favorite
buckles,
socks.
because you're buckling up.
Yeah. 1, 2. Buckle my shoes. Because I have 2 shoes.
Yeah. Hey, Vivian, which way are you going to buckle?
Towards the outside. So then the long
correct
part...
answer was up, Vivian. Such a softball.
Oh no. Buckle down. I'm buckling down.
all right. So this is our first one. And to make this easier to copy and paste, I'm just going to put this inside of an if true. And now I'm going to do this. And this. And let's go ahead and do our next ones. So we have our jovial plant. Jovial. All right. And now we have our final plant that we've done so far, which is going to be our sprinkler plant. Sprinkler. And now we need to call this function.
No.
Sorry.
No.
And we're going to set our goal list to be an empty array. And we'll put it at the top of this function. All right.
Why you said no, Vivian?
Because that means Richard doesn't have to pay a quarter for bad behavior. It's good behavior.
All right, so we've got some errors. I'm just going to be going to the errors and fixing them. Okay, so before we were going through the grow list and we were treating the value as a array, which we can't do anymore. So right here, we're trying to loop over their tile images. So we're just going to go into block object. We're going to go down to image and get the get image array. And we'll just replace this list with this and change this to be our grow tiles. All right, one bug fixed. Squash that bug. All right, here's another one. Do. Here we go. It's the same thing. So let's go ahead and go into image. Oh, this isn't actually going to be as bad as I thought.
Unsigned Arduino wants to know if you've talked about any controversial programming topics yet today.
No. Oh yeah, Shannon, I upset the Python community yesterday. I like Python. Python's fine. I just don't like Python dictionaries very much.
I thought I was going to upset them, but then, well, Unsigned Arduino is our Python community.
Oh, I see.
I thought I was going to upset them with talking bad about doc strings, but apparently nobody likes doc strings.
Okay, right here. So, oh, yep, same problem. So we're doing this right here. I need to go ahead and take this, put it in there. Take this, put it in there. Yeah. All right. Hey, our simulator's running again. Let's plan some stuff.
Do not have to buckle for long.
Nice. Yeah, you can unbuckle now. Don't though. Safety.
Oh, too late. I lived life dangerously.
Okay, well, it's good because you should buckle back up.
Batten down the hatches.
Nice. All right, so we're going to be doing an edit to our function that's get all locations for behavior, and right now it takes in a number. It should be taking in a string. Whoops. So we're going to edit this function. Goodbye, behavior index. Hello. Behavior name. Ooh. Okay. So we're going through here, and we're setting our behavior list result to empty array. For our element value, we're getting behavior list get value at 0, and we don't want to be doing this anymore. So let's get rid of this. We want to be finding. We want to find all of our places that have the all the different objects that have the behavior in their properties list. So instead of going over this list, we're going to be going over our grow list. Let's grab it. Why am I doing that? It's right here. Okay, so now we have this value, and we want to check to see if the value has this behavior. So we're going to put in a logic. We're going to go into our block object, go to our string array, do this right here. And we're going to go into our arrays function and do a find index of. Ooh.
Ooh.
Joey, how does find index of work?
It just does some magic and it tells you where something is in the array.
Yeah, but what
or
is in
or
the
negative
array,
one,
Joey?
Or negative one, because
Thank you.
programmers are jerks because they can't return something, sensical all the time. So sometimes you just return -1 when you're like, I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to give you -1.
Yes, this is an example of where JavaScript is bad, but I've been using JavaScript for so long that I still like it.
To be fair, this is a very common across many programming languages is bad thing, though.
Yeah.
Yes, Vivian?
Okay, what would you return if not -1?
You would throw an exception.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
Or undefined. Or I guess undefined is not super meaningful with numbers, but yeah.
Okay. And in Python, you would definitely throw an exception. Okay, so we have this temp tile list, and we're getting an array of all blank locations. What we want to do is we want to get the array of the last tile in their image array. So we're going to go into block objects. We're going to go back to images. We're going to do the get image array property. We're going to set this to be grow tiles. Going to set this to be value. We want to get the last value, so we're going to be doing in arrays. We want a length. Gonna need to duplicate this. Put this
Vivian,
in here.
what's going on?
I don't want to talk about it, Joey. Just let me have my fun.
Yeah, Joey, come on. All right, let's look at this thing I just wrote. So we're getting our image array grow tiles. We're getting the value at the length of the grow tiles array -1, which is the last one in the list. So now this will get us all locations for whatever behavior we pass in. So we were using this function in a few different places. So now we need to go in and we need to change it so that it's actually doing the right thing and not just calling it on ABC. So this one should be jovial. This is our one that makes it say hello. By the way, Shannon, if you come up with any good ways to say hello, we'll add it.
We have hollow.
What's up with that block rendering, huh? What's happening there?
Yeah.
It doesn't work well for tall blocks.
Oh boy.
That block can't get away with that nonsense when Shannon's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shannon just called it out. Where I half the screen.
Yeah, it's true. We just all ignored it yesterday.
Also, Richard, chat wants to know if you award rhombuses. Chat requests 5 rhombuses specifically.
I don't award
Richard, if you
rhombuses,
give
sorry.
okay. Cool.
Stars only, and stars have more than 4 sides. So. Okay. Oh, hey, the way we wrote this water tile one is not
Not good?
yeah, not super helpful. We'll worry about that later.
What about circles, Richard?
Circles?
Mm-hmm.
Do you award circles?
Good shape.
I'm sorry. They just have one side, or do they have infinite sides? Ooh. As stated, I award stars. Golden stars. Not crystal stars, not silver stars, not platinum stars, gold stars.
But do you award stars? Do you award stars, Richard? Because I feel like you don't anymore.
Oh, sorry, Vivian, the person who has the most gold stars besides me.
I think if our behavior was truly rewarded, wouldn't we all have much more stars?
You have 1,000 something. You have enough stars.
No, I don't. I need a bajillion.
Just so greedy for stars.
It's, something to look forward to.
All right, guys, we're done with our refactoring. So, let's see, how much time do we have left? Okay, let's try and do one thing where we create a new seed. Okay. Oh wait, no, there's more refactoring to do. Sorry, folks. We're gonna go into our get random seed now, and we're gonna make it use the grow list. I know, it's crazy. So we need to actually take this information and put it inside of our object. Our plant objects. So where are our plant objects? Here they are. Let's go ahead and add them real quick. We're going to, in addition to name, we're going to give them a wrong name. And I believe for self-spreading, it's poinsettia.
I have a poinsettia.
Nice. It's a Christmas plant.
Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to make it an all-year plant.
Is it still alive? I hope they
It's doing great. You just gotta water it, apparently.
Okay. The other thing is we have a price, which we're not using right now, but hey, yeah, we might as well store it. Oh, we are using it, actually. Boy, what is a more exciting topic for a string than refactoring? I can't think of one.
I think it's good to show all different facets of coding.
Yeah. Okay. And then finally we have this grow list index, but we'll actually be setting that when we create this thing. Oh, we have the seed image. We got to store the seed image.
Richard, what's your favorite block?
I think I had the same one as Shannon, the replace color.
Oh, really?
It's a really nice block.
Well, you know,
It's a lot
that's
of fun.
Shannon's. Pick your own.
What? I'm sorry,
hot
Shannon.
commodity.
I'll pick a different one.
Yeah, that's right.
We can share. I did think you had initially a different one, but I don't remember.
I'll take a look.
I feel like initially we all had different ones, but then they got shifted around as we,
I'm pretty sure initially I had a different one, and then you said replace color, and I was like, oh no, that's my favorite.
You're stealing from Shannon.
I'm not stealing. We can have the same favorite.
I think you're diluting our block value.
I'm not even sure you're allowed to use it anymore, Richard.
What about the set dialogue?
Shannon's favorite. Only she can use it.
Set dialogue cursor. Wasn't that your favorite, Richard? What a good block.
Set dialogue cursor? Why would I choose that block?
I thought you were super into it. You're like, wow, 9 the squares.
Don't hurt that block's feelings. That's rude.
That is absolutely. I absolutely never said that that was my favorite block. That is a wild favorite block to have.
Somebody
Apologies
needs to check the video.
That is their favorite block.
Check the history.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of
Go
cool
watch
stuff with
all
it,
of the
but
history and then
don't attribute that to me.
Joe, yours is start effects, right?
I feel kind of bad saying that because I made that one.
That's
but
fine. Sure. It's like, okay, it's like if you had children and then they ask you which one of us is your favorite, and you're like, I like that other person's child much better than any of you. It's better to like one of the ones you made.
Exactly like that.
One for one analogy. Basically a metaphor. It is.
Yeah, you said the word like, so it's a simile. Yay! Everyone loves grammar stuff.
Is that grammar? Is that a literary device?
It is a literary device.
Wow, Richard. Like, what's using the wrong word for something? What is that called?
It's a Richard.
Oh no! Oh.
You win, Vivian. I hope it feels good.
If I win, which is your favorite block?
We can have the same favorite block. It's a good block.
Fine. Okay, but you guys have to split the colors. So Shannon, you can pick these colors. Okay.
Teal. I call teal.
Ah! I call all the purples.
All right.
Oof. Maybe it would have been worth collapsing the simulator so we don't get an error every couple seconds, but it's fine.
Too late.
It's too late now.
We're buckled,
in
Joey.
case
Sorry, nothing. Shannon, you go.
I was just going to relay chat's favorite blocks, which Unsigned Arduino says their favorite block is the forever one, and Soren Lawrenson says their favorite block is the return block. Both very good blocks.
Nice. Return one is recent.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh.
Vivian, what is the...
He's buckling down. Buckling your seatbelt. In the roller coaster, you gotta buckle down. I thought that was obvious. I've been buckling and unbuckling this whole stream.
I can't believe you didn't figure that out.
Okay, Vivian has a range of arm gestures, and
it's true.
I'm just not as well versed in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we had to do more refactoring, but look how neat this code is now. Everything about plants is in this array. Everything.
Amazing.
All right. Well. See, is there anything else we can do in the time we have remaining?
Could add a new plant.
You'd run a new plant. Yeah.
Let's make it so that if we can have seeds in the overworld and you can pick them up. Because we're going to need that, and add them to our inventory.
Yeah.
Oh, and then let's also print the number of stuff we have in our inventory.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That'll be fun. Let's do that for
10 minutes. Let's go, Richard.
Gotta go fast.
Do it. We can at least do that thing. It's easy enough. Oh no, this is the wrong render one. What's the other one? Where are you at? Here you at. Pop. Okay. So we're drawing this image. We want to also see if that has a number, and if it has a number, then we want to draw the number that it has. So we're going to be using this. Let's see, where's that print text? Here we go. We'll be printing the text. The text is going to be the number. So we'll do the tools get value at index. We're going to go into sprites and get number. I think it's amount. Put it right here. Whoop. Need to put it inside a join. A join will convert anything into a string. So.
Anything?
Anything.
Wow.
Name something.
Even a string.
An image.
It's a string now.
It's not a useful string, but it's a string.
Maybe new favorite block?
Hey, the say block will take anything and try and convert it to a useful string. It'll probably even work for block objects. It'll probably work pretty well for block objects. I've never tried that. You should try that.
Very cool.
All right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking these and I'm putting in some plus blocks so we can do it in like the bottom right corner of whatever this is. And so it looks like we made the width 20. So I'm actually going to, let's see, just take all of this, do +1. Well, instead of +1, I'm going to do like plus, let's say 13, and we'll see how that goes for both of these. So now let's go ahead and press menu and yeah, that kind of works. We should probably move it up a bit so it's not overlapping with this bar though, huh?
Would it make sense to only show it if you have more than one of them?
Yeah, I think so. So let's go ahead and take this and we're going to subtract a little bit. So this is the x. So I think we only need to subtract like 2. So we'll do like 11. For the other one, I think we need to subtract like 4, it looks like about. So we'll do like 9. Nice. Yeah. Doesn't look very good on tools, but it looks pretty good on the seeds. And we're going to be hiding it for tools. So let's go ahead now, and we're going to go into logic. Going to put an if. Going to take this amount. Whoops. Okay. Going to take this amount. Going to do a greater than. Greater than 1. Then we'll draw the number. And the numbers are gone. Yay. Okay. And the last part of this is we need to make it so that when we use something, we actually decrease that number. So I'm going to collapse this. I'm going to go into my tool to use. Going to go down to where we plant stuff, right here. And we're going to go into our here. We're going to go ahead and get our tool to use, change the data amount by -1, And if that makes it so our mount is 0, we need to remove it from our inventory.
Burn it. Burn it. Fire effect.
So we'll do this right here. We'll go ahead and get this and check their amount, and we'll see if it's equal to 0. And if it is, then we're going to just remove it from our tools array. Tools, 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 tools. Here we go. Wow, do we really not have remove element?
Nope. I don't remember that one.
Whoa. All right. Well, we can work around that.
If I remember right, it's even in there. It's just commented out with like we removed the % sign and said like, "Hey, sometime we'll want this block."
Wait, why did I want? What? I don't want length.
I trust Richard, but don't trust that block.
Trust Richard, but not that much.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so we can test this out real quick. I'll just go in and plant a seed, and nice. Now if I go into menu, it's not there, but I still have it equipped. So we're also going to have to check to see if we need to remove it from one of our things. And if we do, well, I don't really know what we're going to do in that case, but let's figure it out. All right, what should we do in this case? Set it to null? Yeah, all right. We'll set it to null, and we're going to do it in a little dumb way. So what is null or undefined? Joey, go. Give Joey all the hard stuff today.
Well, it's just something that's missing or, never even defined. So there's lots of different ways to describe it, but really it's just like the address 0, like the empty address. If you're thinking about pointers, I guess. Nobody's thinking about pointers.
Joey, would you call it the zeroest? Zeroest 0?
It's the zeroest thing on the computer.
Nice. All right, so I'm just going to do data nothing as sprite, and that's going to return undefined or null. So let me go ahead and print this, and it's gone. What's up, Joey?
I'm responding in chat.
All right, guys. Well, we did a lot today. That I'm sorry wasn't super exciting. Next time we are going to get to the exciting stuff now, though, because we got all the boring stuff out of the way. But we made it so we can actually use stuff in these last 5 minutes. We made it so that all of our code is so much more neatly organized now. And we're going to be able to do this inheriting stuff tomorrow by having all those behaviors be in a list and just create a new plant that has all behaviors in the list. It's going to be really cool. So thanks for watching yet again. I am, what's his name? Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm starting to think Richard isn't Richard. Has a lot of issues today.
I'm thinking that his name is actually Reichard. Anyway, I'm Joey at J Wonder on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Shannon at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm suspicious of Richard at Live Triple on the MakeCode forums.
Suspicious of Reichard.
Reichard.
See ya. Am I a lizard replicant? Who knows?